Hello Internet and welcome back to Bad Bunny Racing. In today's video we're going to be continuing the series of lap time improvements. We're on the second episode here and we're going to be going around Silverstone in the Ferrari 296 GT3 on a Assetto Corsa Competizione. In this episode I want to look at my approach to corners. In the past I've tended to go full send on the entry and the mid part of the corner and kind of sacrificed the exit, and I realised that this is actually not the correct approach, and some of my 90% effort laps tend to be more consistent and almost as quick as my 100% laps that can end up a bit fluky for getting the lap in, very much on the edge all the time with terms of transferring the weight of the car around. And I watched this video about how motorbikes take corners, their approach to corners, and realised that my approach was just wrong and I needed to consider what this video was telling me, which is basically smoother, more progressive on the brakes, give a more stable platform of the car to be able to get onto the power earlier at the transition point and therefore maximise the exit of the corner, getting a higher speed down the straightaway, of which then it compounds around a lap. So with that, let's take a look at my first attempt with this new approach of lighter braking. Whilst for me, I considered that quite a good lap. I did think there was a number of improvements I could have made around that entire lap, and I didn't think I was getting the absolute most out of the car. So I think it's always a good idea to look back at a performance in a replay and try to pick out where you could improve objectively, and then you get a better idea of what to work on for the next attempt, which of course is what this series is all about. For Sector 1, with Cops, Maggots and Beckets, I needed to take more inside curb. This would allow me to take more mid-corner speed through those corners without radically changing my approach. For Chapel, I needed to take more exit curb. This means I wasn't maximising the mid-corner and therefore wasn't running out wide. I was driving out wide, which meant basically I could go faster. Sector 2 was a similar story of track utilisation. On my entry to Stowe, I was too far to the right. On my exit of Vale, I didn't get far enough over to the left for Club to treat the two corners as one continuous corner. Because I lost control at the exit of Vale, I got a poor entry and exit out of Club. Then, through Abbey, whilst my inside curb utilisation was very good, my outside curb utilisation was poor. This compromised my mid-corner speed through Farm Curve. With Sector 3, I aimed to treat the loop as one continuous corner, getting to the mid part of the track to be able to quickly go back over to the right hand side and make the turn into the loop. Not having a 3 monitor setup did make this quite difficult to get the turning point precisely correct, but I think I got it about as good as I can for a single monitor setup. My exit onto Aintree could be a little bit quicker, and I could have got the power down a touch earlier in the loop itself. Onto the Wellington Straight and approaching into Brooklands, I definitely shifted into second gear too early. I could probably have got into second gear as I got onto the green part of the curb later into the corner. For Luffield, I stuck to the inside of the corner too tightly, and this compromised my exit onto the final straight. The previous video in the series, my best lap was a 2-minute 1.692, around the same track with the same car with the same setup. This is a far cry from my previous Logitech G290 time of a 2-minute 2.9, which I was frankly too embarrassed to put the clip on the internet. Hopefully, like me, you can conclude from this video that the best mentality to take is to get to the transition point as quick as possible as a mentality, and not the alternative, which was the approach I was taking prior, which was hard late braking, taking as much mid-corner speed as I possibly could. Mid-corner speed does not equal lap time in this case. It's actually about the advantages of a good exit and the time you'll gain there. And with that, if you enjoyed this video and you watched it to the end, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it will really help this channel grow and develop a community that we're hoping to build here.